Welcome to this video on rationalizing the denominator. So for the first question we have 12 over root 6. To rationalize the denominator we have to get rid of the root 6 as the denominator. So to do that we have to take 12 over root 6 and multiply it by root 6 over root 6. You have to do the same thing to both the top and the bottom of this. So the answer for this will be 12 root 6 over, so root 6 times root 6, that would be root 36 technically, but root 36 is a square number, so that can be simplified to just 6. So this can be simplified again, because you can't divide the root in anything inside the root, but you can divide the numbers and multiply it by the root. So 12 divided by 6 is 2, so the answer will be 2 root 6. And that is it for this question. Question 2 is quite similar. We have 8 over root 2. So we have to rationalize it again. So again, like the last video, we'll be doing 8 over root 2 times root 2 over root 2. Again, that is 8 root 2, because it really is 8 times root 2, but we don't write the times. And over root 2 times root 2 will be root 4, but root 4 is a square number, so we're going to simplify that to 2, because it's a root. So then we have 4 root 2, because we divided 8 by 2. And 4 root 2 is the final answer. Question 3 is a bit different, because now we have 3 over 4 root 3. But it's still very similar, because we still do 3 over 4 root 8 times, we don't times by 4 root 8, because that's just adding extra numbers. All you need to do is multiply by root 8 again. So that will be 3 root 8 over, so for this one it would be root 64, because it's root 8 times root 8. We kind of ignore the 4 for now, but root 64 is square number, so we simplify that down to 8, so it's 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. But it doesn't stop there, because then we can't divide 3 by 32. The root 8 isn't simplified enough. So root 8 is actually root 4 times root 2. And root 4 is a square number, so it'll be 2 times root 2. So 2 root 2 times 3 would be 6 root 2 over 32. Moving up here. And that can be simplified. So if we divide 6 root 2 by 32, you get 3 root 2 over 16. And that's as far as you can simplify it for this question. That's the end of the question also. So for question 4 we have 10 over 7 root 5. And we're still rationalizing the denominator, so it's also basically the same thing as last question. 10 over 7 root 5 times root 5 over root 5. So this will be 10 root 5 over, so again, root 5 times root 5 is root 25, but root 25 equals 5, so we just get 7 times 5, 35 obviously. And you can divide this 10 root 5 over 35 by 5, so we'll get 2 root 5 over 7 as the answer to this question. Question 5 is 1 over 2 plus root 2. So not 2 times root 2, 2 plus root 2. So that changes what we do. We can't just do times over root 2 over root 2 because, well, that would give us root 2 over 2 root 2 plus 2, and we're trying to get rid of the root, so having another 2 root 2 will make it, we're trying to get rid of it, so we shouldn't have that. So we have to do 1 over 2 plus root 2. We actually have to do is multiply it by 2 minus root 2. And this will get rid of any roots on the denominator of the fraction. So 2 minus root 2 down here also. This is basically this over so basically you have to just do expanding brackets. Okay, this one's the numerator is kind of obvious. 1 times 2 is pretty obviously 2. And then 1 times minus root 2 is also minus root 2. But 2 times 2 down here on the denominator is 4, yes. Then 2 times minus root 2 will be minus 2 root 2. Then root 2 times 2 will be plus 2 root 2. Then root 2 times minus root 2 will give you minus 2. So moving that up here, it would be 2 minus root 2. You cannot simplify the numerators yet. Over, so the minus 2 root 2 and the plus 2 root 2 cancel out, leaving you with 4 minus 2, which is obviously 2 root 2 over 2. And you can't simplify that anymore because you could you might think you could simplify this 2 and this